Hello there and welcome back to Building with the Boys. We do now have pack 6 of the Disney Dolls house, and in this one we've got another one of Mickey's walls, wall number 2, and we do have this very lovely mannequin and Cinderella's dress. So we're going to crack this open, we're going to have a look at the parts that are inside it, we're going to see how we're going to put this mannequin together, and I'm going to show you how to look after this dress. So here is the mannequin that comes with issue number 6. It's lovely. Nice little detailing on that. It's hollow, so it's not particularly heavy. It does feel a little flimsy, so I would be aware of letting little hands play with this. This is one of those parts that looks like it could snap quite easy. But that's nice. Now, there's something to go on the mannequin. Now, you could display the mannequin as is. Why you do that, I don't know, when you have Cinderella's dress. So, what I'm going to do is we'll take this out and we're going to make sure that we're going to check this. Because if there's any stitch or anything loose and you're a subscriber, you ain't got to put up with that. You know, you haven't got to go, well, mine's broken. You don't have to do that. You can contact them and tell them you need another one. So let's have a look at this dress. Now, I have noticed something on every single one of these dresses I've seen taken out, that the arms are a little funny. So I think we can probably poke something through there just to make sure these arms open out properly. Now, this is Velcro. There we go. So I'm going to see if we can poke something through this arm, or if that arm is sealed closed. No, that arm's sealed closed. Okay, so those are sealed arms. That makes sense then. Hopefully this will get some life to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to check that it fits this mannequin. And then this dress is going away for a very, very long time. So let's pop this on. Okay. Making a bit of a pig's ear of this. See, I can build anything. I can't put a little dress on a mannequin though. Okay, let's fluff this out a little bit. Now we have Cinderella's dress on the mannequin. Now, it's okay. I mean, it's not, you know, it is what it is. It doesn't feel like the best quality in the world. I mean, as a decoration, it's quite nice. But it's fine. But this thing is not going to be much good in 2 years' time if you've just left it to the elements. So let's take this off of here. And what I would advise you, they say put it back in the bag. Don't put it back in the bag, because that bag is no good. What you want to do is get yourself a Ziploc bag, because the bag, again, just put it back in that bag. Well, no, it's a single use. So once you've kind of exposed that sticky to the elements, it's not going to be much good. So take your dress, get yourself a Ziploc bag, and there it goes. Because honestly, you're not going to be using this for 2 years, and you don't want that getting exposed to the elements and being all gross. So this way, it's sealed in there. It's not going to get dusty, it's not going to get old, it's not going to decay, it's going to stay as is, ziplocked, airtight. That's what we want. So we're going to put that in our box with everything else, and it'll be coming out when the house is finished. Okay, so this is what we are building. I say building, what we're making in this part. It's another one of Mickey's walls. Now you'll notice at the bottom there's no wallpaper to go on the bottom piece. That's because there are wood panels that go along the bottom of the Mickey room. So we don't need to wallpaper that part. The only part we're wallpapering is this part. Now, as you can see, each of the rooms does have a marker on the walls, so you can see we did wall 1 in last issue. This is wall 2 we're doing this time. Now, again, just as we did last time, we are going to be applying this section of the wallpaper. So this white overhang here goes to the right hand side. Make sure your number 2 is at the front. Make sure these grooves are on the part. You're not wallpapering this smooth side, you're wallpapering this side, this section here. Now this should be fairly straightforward, he says, famous last words. We're going to line this up and use exactly the same method as last time. We're going to apply this to the wall. We're going to start at the top, work our way down to the bottom. And yeah, again, take your time with these. There is no rush at all. There are no prizes for doing this quickly, but there are plenty of penalties for doing it wrong. Our wallpaper is applied. All we're going to do is we're going to score along here to take this edge piece off. So again, just take your time with this. I mean, there are no prizes that are coming first. Just take your time, trim it so it's done nicely, and that's all you got to do. The final thing it wants us to do is to measure the walls up against each other. And there we go. That's all we need to do. Oh, there you can see. Yes, you can see it. There we go. Yep, happy with that. Job done. Good. So that's it. That completes part 6, and very easy it was too. I mean, we're literally just putting a sticker on a wall. That's what we're doing. I mean, if we break it down to that, that is what we're doing. It's essential. It's essential, but that is what we're doing. It is a sticker on a wall. But we're done. And we're done for 4, 5, and 6, which brings me to the end of February for the Disney Dolls house. Now, March brings some more interesting things. I can tell you what's coming in March in the Disney Dolls house, and you will be getting, in number 7, you'll be getting the floor. So you'll be getting the floor for Mickey's room, which is kind of the floor with a pattern on it. You'll be getting wall 3. You'll also be getting Cogsworth and books for the Beauty and the Beast room. In issue 8, you will be getting a wall panel, which you won't be using, but you'll be getting one for Mickey's room. You'll also be getting the Aristocats piano, which, again, I've seen the build of that thing, man, and I don't know, it's either going to go smooth or it's going to go difficult. I've seen a couple of people build it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that piano. But again, we'll take a look when it comes. Issue 9, you're going to get the floor base. So you're going to get the floor base, which attaches to the other rooms. Then you're going to have the actual design floor is going to go on it, and we're going to start attaching the walls to it at that point. So we're going to start building the room in issue 9. You're also going to get wall 4 to help with that, and you're going to get a little cart for Peter Pan's room, and you're going to get the teddy bear from Peter Pan. And then in number 10, you get your first part of the Frozen room, where you'll get the Frozen chair, and rather gorgeous it is too. You'll get some flowers, and you'll also get some more of the trim. So the trim for the walls, you'll see that one, the trim didn't come with it, it came with the one in pack 5. You get the final bits of trim for that. So that will be March. That's everything we've got coming in March. I can then tell what's coming in April, because I know you're kind of chomping the bits on what's coming next. So in April, in number 11, you are going to get the large wooden panel which fits in Mickey's room. You're going to get Mickey's coffee table, and you're going to get a cushion for one of Mickey's chairs. In number 12, you're going to get 2 more walls for Mickey's room. So that'll be pretty much all of the walls of Mickey's room except for the one main one at that point. You're going to get an Alice in Wonderland dining chair to go with the table that we just made, and you're going to get the Tweedledum and Tweedledee pots for Alice's room. In pack 13, you're going to get the floor for the Frozen room and the floor base. So you get 2 sections of floor. You get the base that's going to go on attached to Mickey's room, and you get the actual sort of carpet paneling. You will get why have I forgotten now what you get in that one? Oh, you get the piano stool for the Aristocats. You also get the Siamese cat statue that will sit on top of the piano, and you get the edging of Mickey's floor in number 13. In number 14, you get the final wall for Mickey's room. You get the Frozen wallpaper. So we won't put the Mickey wallpaper on, put the Frozen wallpaper on that side, because again they share a wall. We'll also get some trim for the top of the walls. We get Ariel's treasure chest. We get the first parts of the Little Mermaid bathroom, and we get a brush to go in it, a gold brush. And for the premium subscribers, in April you will get your first premium figures. So you'll get Goofy and Berylaz. He's the little grey Aristocat kitten, and Goofy. So if you are a premium subscriber, April is when you will get your first premium figures, and you'll get your first 2, which is Goofy and Berylaz. We'll have a chat now, because that was a very short episode, so we'll have a bit of a chat. Now, I mentioned hidden Mickeys in the last issue, and you might have heard me mention them a couple of times. I mentioned them when it came to the the door handles. So what's a hidden Mickey? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a Mickey Mouse emblem hidden from view, but sometimes hidden in plain sight. So essentially what it is a large circle, two smaller circles. So you've got Mickey's head and two ears. Now, why are they called hidden Mickeys? Because they're hidden. That's what they are. But they come from the Disneyland parks. If you've been lucky enough to visit one of the Disneyland parks, it doesn't matter which one you go to, these aren't exclusive to any one, so it doesn't matter which one you've been to. If you've been to Disneyland Tokyo, Disneyland Hong Kong, if you've been to Disneyland Paris, California, any of the Disney parks in Orlando, which has got most of the parks, I think there's 4 there. So any of them, that includes the water parks as well. If you go on a Disney cruise, if you go on anything Disney, I promise you there are hidden Mickeys, and you've probably walked past hundreds of them without realising you're doing it. It's a very good thing to do if you're on holiday with a family, you've got young kids, hidden Mickeys, because it becomes like an obsession, and there's nothing better than finding one that not everyone else is looking at. Some are obvious, some are really obvious, whereas some are genius in the way they're hidden. So on our door, there are 2 hidden Mickeys. If you look inside the blue trim of the glass, there are 2 hidden Mickeys, and they told us to put those heads on the outside. Now, I saw people asking why aren't the heads on the inside. That's why, because they're not supposed to be obvious. You're supposed to just look at the design and then go, oh, there's a Mickey, because you found it. There's a tiny one on the door handle. Again, they've not made it a different colour. It's just part of the door handle, so it could look like it's little rivets holding the door handle on, but it's not. It's Mickey Mouse's head. These are all over that house. So there are different parts up on the roof in sort of the trim and the design that are clearly Mickey Mouse heads when you look at them. There are even 2 windows and a larger window that is a hidden Mickey, and they are everywhere throughout this thing. I've got some hidden Mickeys to show you, so take a look at some of these. These are some of the ones from the Disney parks. Some of these are glaringly obvious, some of them aren't. But this gives you an idea of what a hidden Mickey is. So take a look and then we'll talk about them. So that gives you an idea. Now, this has gone to the extreme. Disney encourage their designers and kind of their dressers to hide Mickeys. It's kind of a thing, yeah, put a hidden Mickey in. There is no document of where every single one is. It doesn't exist. People have tried to compile books and, this is where they are, but then someone finds one, and it'll be one that's been on attraction for maybe 10 years, but no one noticed it before. And I was like, oh, there's one there. Some aren't. I mean, sometimes people see things like, oh, look, I just saw 2 apples in a bowl. And it's like, yeah, but that hasn't, you've just put 2 apples in a bowl there. But there are ones that no one knew they were there. And then all of a sudden, there they are. And one of the best examples of one of these is one where you can only see at a certain time of the day. Otherwise, you can't see it at all. And this is kind of the sort of level they go to with this. So there are hidden Mickeys that you can only see when the sun is in the exact right position, like this one here. Now, to show you how extreme they've gone with hidden Mickeys, that one I think is incredible, where it's got to cast the shadow in the right place. But there are loads. There are some. If you get to go to the Ratatouille restaurant at Epcot Center, there is there's a grill that moves along all of the wall. It looks like a Parisian restaurant, and it looks like an air ventilation system. There is one of these holes that's all punched out, just one, that's in the shape of Mickey's head. And it's tiny, it's like this big. Unless you were sat at that table, you'd never see that one, but they're everywhere. So that's how extreme they go to the small. They also go massive. Now, there is a ride at Animal Kingdom called Expedition Everest, where it's a roller coaster that goes through Mount Everest. You get chased by a Yeti. It's great fun. But if you were flying over the Disney park and you looked down at Expedition Everest, this is what you'd see. So that is an absolute massive hidden Mickey, but that's not an accident. That looks like that for a reason. That was the intention. It is Mickey Mouse's head, but that entire ride is huge. Unbelievably, it ain't the biggest hidden Mickey, because if you fly over Disney Hollywood Studios, the entire park is a hidden Mickey. But it's an incredibly detailed hidden Mickey, but you can only see this from being very high up in the air. And this is the biggest known hidden Mickey, so take a look at this one. Incredible, right? Not an accident. These things are intentional. But again, there's not been any, there's no document that exists that knows where they all are. There's certainly books, and again, if you were going on a tour, you can definitely Google hidden Mickeys and you'll see loads. And I mean, some are incredible, some are so small you wouldn't believe it, but barely any of them are accidental. Barely any of them. You'll see a brick pattern in a wall and something looks slightly off, and you'll go, oh, there it is. And the cynic in me is marketing, but the joy in me just thinks it's something lovely. It's just something that they don't advertise. I mean, it's not like Disney say to you, hey, look for our hidden Mickeys. It's an insider thing. So once you know they're there, they're there. But they're dotted all through the house, and you can put them in your house yourself. I mean, it really is as simple as just laying out 3 things to make the Mickey head. So we can definitely do that. The hidden Mickeys are definitely something we can add to our house, but there are already a lot in there. Now I've said it, you'll start seeing them. And this is the thing. So if you go back and you take a look at pictures of the house, particularly Alice in Wonderland dining room, the back wall, you might spot one. If you look at some of the trim at the top and some of the detailing around the windows, you're gonna see some more. But they are they're everywhere, and I just think it's a lovely thing. I really do. But that's it for this pack, and that's it for this month. I am behind. I don't know why. I'm getting mine a week later than everyone else. And I spoke to Hachette about this and said, right, why is mine, you know, delayed 9-10 days? I subscribed to this the day it was available. They don't know. But we're not receiving anything. My wife was supposed to get a letter about a change to a dental appointment. She didn't get it. Missed the dental appointment. So I think it might be something to do with our post rather than just what's going on with Hachette, but I don't know. So we are behind. We are due the next 4 next month in March. Can't wait for it because I'm really enjoying building this, and we are going to start assembling that room. So we're going to start having a structure rather than a box of bits. We're going to start having some house, which I think is going to be a good thing. Again, the doors, you're not going to touch them for 2 years. So if you can get a big enough Ziploc bag, get a Ziploc bag and put them in it. It stops it from fading. It stops anything, you know, knocking it or scratching it, whatever it is. You're literally not going to touch that for 2 years. And as I said, when we did pack 4, if you can make pack 4, you can make this whole house. There is nothing else in this house you're going to have problems with. There are little bits and pieces that are going to be difficult. Particularly, there's a kite and there's bunting and there's some material bits that are going to be difficult. There is a YouTuber that I have been watching called Octopudding, who is building this. And again, she is very competent with craft, very good at what she does. But this sort of style of modelling is new to her. And I've got a feeling that when we get to those bits with the kite and the little fabric bits, the nature of what she does, I think she's going to be very good for us. So I'm looking forward to getting some tips from her when we get to anything dealing with materials. Jay over on Jay's channel did something interesting as well with the honey pots. He added honey to them, and with the little teacup on the Alice build that we saw back in pack 5, I think it was, pack 4. He's added tea to it, and rather lovely it looks too. Now I'm not modifying anything at all until the very end. At the very end, I'm going to go nuts and modify everything. But for the sake of those of you that are coming to this for the first time, I am literally building it to the instructions as stock. So if you're building it as well, you're not going to sit and think, oh, I don't want to do that or risk it. I'm just making it to the instructions. So nothing's going to be changed. So it will match yours. Mine will look like yours. Because when I was first starting out, I found it quite intimidating to look at someone's go, well, hold on, I've installed an LED to something that lights up and I'm very proud of it. Then they go, yeah, but look at mine. It's got these dancing LEDs. And I'm like, well, mine don't look like that. So it would scare, I think it scares some people off. So I'm not going to mod anything at all. But these are great mods that are being done. So I'm definitely going to be taking up Jay's advice on the modifications he's done to the teacup and the honey pot when I get to the end. And again, Octopudding, I seriously believe, I think there's going to be things that she will be able to help us a lot with when it comes to fabrics in this. Because the one thing I have noticed, there are no materials in this house. There are no curtains in this house. Gonna want some curtains. So it's things like that I think she's going to be a big help for. Thank you to everybody for their support. Yeah, it's I can't wait for the next one. I really can't. I'm loving building this, and I hope you are as well. And I hope this has helped you. Give you a little confidence to do it for yourself, because again, take your time, follow the instructions, and you'll be good. That's it for this month. Please give me a like if you've enjoyed the videos, and again, you can hit the subscribe button and you'll get access to everything that we do as and when it comes up. Take care, and in a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice, and I'll see you next month.